Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to our Going In Raw Royal Rumble Predictions 2021 edition. Of course, we're going to be live this Sunday for the Royal Rumble. You, me, the Enforcer, the Friendos at youtube.com/Steven Larson. And then, of course, right after that, we're going to be talking about said Rumble right here at the Twitch, twitch.tv/Steven Larson. Should be a fun time.
It should be an absolute blast. Unless I do really poorly these predictions, then I'll be miserable and I'll lose one or two of my votes.
Man, listen, you've done so great. I think you're going to kill it. I have all the I want to put all my confidence points in your predictions.
Bad pick.
How about that?
Bad pick. I'm happy you mentioned confidence points. Now seems a good time to explain it. 6 announced matches for the Rumble. The match you're most confident, you put 6 confidence points on that. Match you're least confident, 1 point. So on and so forth. So every match has a confidence point value. Matches you get right, you get those points. Whoever has the most points at the end of the show wins. Predictions. We got interesting punishment in the works here. Don't overcomplicate things for the sake of this video. Essentially, winner predictions here at Rumble gets a choice. Either they can punish the loser with a couple of really terrible movies, like we do in Survivor Series, or if they choose, they can replace or get the points for a match they lost at Mania to improve their shots at winning at Mania and get those points they otherwise wouldn't get. So and you have to make that choice before Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
Which punishment or which option you want to choose.
Yeah. So it's either punish the other guy or get the advantage to the prestigious Big Red title that Larson has been an excellent champion. A wonderful champion, Ultimo champion. You're doing a great job, man.
I don't feel good. I don't feel good about this.
You know, last year, Going In Raw, LLC trusted me to hold the title. They booked me into some compelling storylines. I'm enjoying my vacation. But in my stead, in the largest shoes possible that could be filled,
we actually were the same we had the same shoe size.
This is a metaphor. You're doing a great, decent enough job filling those massive shoot. No, this is a shoot. This is from the heart. This is from the heart. You're doing great. Just an applause.
All right, let's get to it. First match we got here is for the WWE Championship. Your champion, Drew McIntyre versus Bill Goldberg. Steve, who do you got?
Oh, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Raw cannot afford. This is the bottom line. Raw cannot afford to have no champion on their weekly show. Bill Goldberg's not going to be there for another. He's not going to not be there for 3 months. Like, he's not going to do that. He's got to be there if you're going to be champion. You remember that? Remember when Brock was champion? It was like, oh, where's Raw? And like Raw actually wasn't like terrible, but everybody's like bitching about no champion. Imagine Raw being terrible, plus they don't have like an actual world champion.
But then their actual world champ is Goldberg.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how many confidence points do you have on Drew McIntyre?
I think I got four confidence points.
I too have Drew. I only have 3 because they could put that belt on Bill and have Drew get it back at Mania. Possibility exists that could happen.
It's possible. Yeah.
Totally possible. Yeah. Next, women's tag titles. Asuka and Charlotte, your champions, taking on challengers and former champions, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax. I don't know what they're doing these tag titles, man. But at some point, you got to get this Asuka Charlotte story going, whether that's the Rumble or the Mania story or not. They got to get moved in that direction eventually. I'm saying Shayna and Nia get those titles back. I got 4 confidence points on it.
Okay, so yeah, we're just flipping all on these. Nia and Shayna, I have 3 confidence points. I don't like the idea of betting on Asuka getting pinned. Asuka's gonna get pinned.
Well, you got Lacey Evans out there too.
Yeah.
And Ric Flair. There's been a couple times, or at least once, where Rick has directly led to Charlotte getting pinned.
Yeah. That's true too. Yeah. So that's
a possibility.
Happened.
So Charlotte could take the loss here potentially as well.
That could totally happen. It'd be great if like Charlotte took the loss and for letting her personal business interfere in their match, Asuka just went to town on her. She got pissed off and beat her up. Nobody would boo that. I mean, there's not going to be fans there, but still at home, nobody would boo
People
that.
at the Thunderdome they wouldn't be doing this.
They wouldn't be doing this.
They'd be doing this.
Except the producer, the dude, would be saying, "Okay, now everybody boo this," and they'd be like, "I don't know what's happening right now."
This is cool. Thumbs
they
up.
They do the Roman and they turn you off.
Yeah, boo. Then I'd boo. Then I'd do thumbs down. All right, next Women's Rumble. Oh, all right. So going into SmackDown, the choice for me was two options were clear: Bianca Belair or Bayley. And I still don't feel great about picking Bayley. That being said, like on the SmackDown side of things, Sasha's opponent at Mania, there's only really two options, at least that are on TV on a regular basis now, and it's Bayley or Bianca. And as you mentioned in our SmackDown recap, maybe they'll do a triple threat. Who knows? Just kind of felt like Bianca getting that huge win on SmackDown, doing that promo or the interview afterwards. That felt like, I don't know, just all that, seeing Bayley seething in the ring, Bianca 2 weeks in a row getting wins over Bayley in the opposite course in this. I just feel like these two are going to be just squared off the entirety of the Rumble. Hopefully they're 1 and 2 in the Women's Rumble. And so back and forth, they'll go the whole match. They'll square off for a bit, eliminate a bunch of people. But the final two should be them. And at the end of the day, I just kind of feel like Bayley is going to use her experience. We saw a little bit that in their match on SmackDown, that Bayley was going after the arm that she had hurt the week prior. That's just what my gut's telling me. I don't feel great about it. Got 2 confidence points on Bayley.
I got 2 confidence points as well, but I have it on Bianca Belair. I just feel like there are certain moments that feel like, okay, it's this person's time. I made this reference last week. The Stone Cold Steve Austin, his 96, his 97. He had his moments. Bianca's moment, because there's no fans there, you see a lot more on social media. You see it in the reaction to her Chronicle. Her speaking on Chronicle, she made a good point. She said, last year at the Royal Rumble, I basically did everything I could besides win it. I feel like that's the next step. Bayley has suffered losses. She suffered a loss last night on SmackDown. And I think that she's still going to get herself into the match. I think that if you have Bianca and Sasha one-on-one, you threaten to steal each other's thunder. You sort of cannibalize each other's thunder because they're both big deals now. You add Bayley to the mix, and you have somebody there that you can also focus on. These two big, stars, Bianca coming up, Sasha is already there, and it turns into less of a good guy versus good guy. And then you throw this bad guy into the mix, and all your venom can sort of go over there and not pay attention to these two other big stars, these big baby faces. So I feel like that's the match they should do at Mania. Will they? Who knows? I mean, for all I know, Charlotte's going to win the damn Rumble.
Well, another thought, too, that I actually considered was the match for Bayley will be Bayley versus Bianca. That'll be their Mania match. Like, they'll take that feud there. I don't know what they would do then for Sasha's opponent at Mania. And then either Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, or Rhea Ripley could win.
Yeah.
All entirely possible.
Yeah. I just feel like the person that's really stood out the most, and it's like, yeah, this is because here's the thing. If Bianca doesn't win the Rumble, which is totally possible, if she doesn't win, like, what is she going to do? Like, they built her up to this point. I mean, yeah, they're 1-1. Yeah. Bayley got her win. Bianca has a win. Bayley, just move on to Sasha. I kind of feel like you build a star on their level with Bianca by putting her in a triple threat with them going to Mania. Bayley has been I think Bayley's at the point where she's like me with Big Red. Okay. She's been on vacation losing a lot, but she's sick of losing. I'm not, so I don't really care, but she's sick of losing. I kind of felt like that was
your true feelings coming out there.
No, I'm still on vacation. I'm loving it. Because you're doing such a great job.
Thank you.
No, but I think that Bayley, after her loss, she lost to like Natalia or somebody. She lost to Bianca. She at the Survivor Series, she was like tossed. She was the captain, and she was just thrown over the top rope like just like nothing, or she was eliminated like nothing. So she's like, hey, wait a second. My legacy is just being all wiped to crap right now. I need to get back in this. Like, I was supposed to win the Rumble. But my hubris not only took me a loss against Bianca, but now, so Bianca, she needs her ticket stamped so that she is solid. And then Bayley's going to, because she's the bad guy, is going to wriggle her way back in to that match at WrestleMania.
No, I understand that.
That's how I think it's going to
go. For the SmackDown Women's title, our next match, your champion, Sasha Banks, taking on Carmella. Who do you got, Steve?
Oh my goodness. How many confidence points is the most?
6. You got 6 on this?
Six on Sasha Banks.
Same. 6 on Sasha. She's totally winning.
This is not even close, yeah.
Next, this match, not that close either, although I'd like for Kevin Owens to win. Roman Reigns, your Universal Champion, versus Kevin Owens. Again, I'd really like to see Kevin Owens win. Sadly, it's not going to happen. Roman's carrying that belt into WrestleMania. Nary a road bump along the way. 5 confidence points. Roman Reigns getting that W.
They have done such a great job turning Roman, especially this week. That promo of his, the split screen interview. What a prick. Oh, saying your dad's a fool, your grandfather's a fool. Oh man, they did something like that. Is how you make the audience want this dude to get beat up. Mm-hmm. But Roman Reigns, all the heel heat.
Yep,
gonna go on him because he's gonna totally win this match. I got 5 confidence points on Roman Reigns.
Same. So let's talk the men's Rumble. Who do you got, Steve?
Dude, I tried to figure out a way that would make sense for it not to be this person, and I only have 1 confidence point on it. But it does make all the sense in the world, not just because he's been leading the betting odds this entire time.
Yeah.
It's Daniel Bryan, and even today, I was thinking to myself, you know what? It's a great story that they can tell. And I wouldn't be surprised if they made... So every match that Roman has had since he's been Tribal Chief has been a stipulation match of some sort. All the big matches. You got Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
You had Hell in a Cell. You had a I Quit match.
Yeah.
What was the first Kevin Owens match that he had? Was that... what was that? That was a stipulation, wasn't it?
Thought so. Maybe not.
Did they have a match? I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, they did have a match. I forget what it was. Anyways. It's going to be the career match. That's what it's going to be. And then if Daniel Bryan wants to wrestle again, he'll just come back and wrestle again.
Yeah. He'll do it on Raw instead of SmackDown.
Yeah, it's going to be a career match. And it's going to be at WrestleMania, and it's going to be the big thing, and that'll probably get all that heat. Oh, Roman's going to win that too. Oh, it's going to burn. It's going to burn so bad. They'll need to have some like really uplifting match, like a Drew McIntyre match. Well, that's going to be the next night. Maybe Becky Lynch will come back for the main event of night 1. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah,
anyways,
I don't know.
So yeah, it's going to be Daniel Bryan. And
Daniel Bryan.
He's been very public about like his family. He's already dressed as if he's retired. You know, they made reference to that tonight. Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be him. It's going to be Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, agreed. Daniel Bryan, 1 confidence point. I was hoping that we'd get some math on Daniel Bryan, and considering there was that match with AJ Styles last night, obviously that didn't happen. So it seems like I'll have to stick to the idea that AJ's playing spoiler to 1, Adam Copeland. Mm-hmm. Let's get to our prop bet, Steve. Mm-hmm. Your Iron Man and Iron Woman. Who do you have?
I've got, you know what, man? I don't know if this is just because I think Bianca's going to be Iron Woman. I think she's going to be number 1. She's going to last all the way. My Iron Man is Sheamus.
Interesting.
They seem really, really high on Sheamus, mainly because he has been putting in killer work lately. Mm-hmm. He was the second to last guy to show up to make the save on SmackDown, or the last guy for the match to make the save. He's been putting in grueling, long performances. Maybe that's some foreshadowing. They probably don't even know at this point, but maybe it is. My Iron Man's going to be Sheamus.
All right, I have Bayley as my Iron Woman because I think Bianca and her should be 1 and 2. Yep. And then my Iron Man, I have AJ Styles. I think he's going to have himself one hell of a Rumble. He's been booked super strong.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be near elimination. Amos is going to save him, put him back in at least once. Yeah. I actually have AJ making it all the way to my Final 4. Before we get to the Final 4s, most eliminations.
Most eliminations, I've got Charlotte's got to have something, so it's going to be Charlotte.
Okay. And?
Oh, Braun Strowman.
Braun and Charlotte. Okay.
If Keith Lee had been the guy that came out last tonight to wreck everybody, Keith Lee hasn't been seen. He wasn't on Raw last week.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been announced for the Rumble either.
I don't know. Look, I know we're living through times where you can make assumptions about why a person's gone, and that's a possibility. But I do. I say that because these days the reality is when you ask why somebody is conspicuously absent, that's an obvious reason why. The possible quarantine.
Yeah, but Mia Yim was on Raw on Monday.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, why would Keith Lee not? All those dudes from Raw tonight show up, and Keith Lee doesn't. He doesn't come out to help Sheamus. They don't forward his story at all. I don't know. I'm not saying that I have any information, and I'm not saying that that's the case. But I do find conspicuously he's gone. So one of two things is possible. Either he's dealing with that real world event or whatever real world event may be going on in his life, or they don't have anything for him. And if they don't have anything for him, guess what? He ain't going to do anything in the Rumble.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted Keith Lee to have most eliminations, but I'm going to go with Sheamus for that. Why not?
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's bro kicking people everywhere.
That'd be pretty neat.
The field is kind of even as what it is. I don't know if there's be anybody that's going to dole out like 13 eliminations like last year with Brock. I think if you eliminate 5-6 people, you got a pretty good chance of scoring most eliminations. On the women's side of things, I got Bianca. Like I said, from an athletic standpoint, I think her and Bayley are just going to be, right there with each other the whole time pretty much. In the end, I feel like Bianca's get most eliminations. However, Bayley's going to get the elimination on Bianca to win the whole thing. Now let's talk Final Four. Who are your Final Four?
I know you're really up on your Final Four men's.
I think they're great.
This is going to be my Final Four men's. Got 2 from SmackDown, 2 from Raw.
All right.
I got a heel and a baby face from each.
Oh, wow.
I got Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, and Adam Copeland.
Oh, we got 3 of the 4 same on the men's side. I have AJ. I have Edge. I have Daniel Bryan. At first, I thought Sheamus as my Final Four, and I thought about it.
I had him there too.
And maybe they'll do this. It's entirely possible to do this differently. But I kind of feel like my Final Four are AJ, Edge, Daniel Bryan, and Randall Keith Orton.
Oh,
and
okay.
Here's what I'm thinking. So they got to do some sort of thing with Edge and Orton if they're not going to have a match at Mania, to address it. Edge can eliminate Orton. Maybe Alexa Bliss can show up, distract them. Maybe the Fiend shows up, distract them, something. Who knows? And then AJ will eliminate Edge, playing spoiler to his WrestleMania Championship aspirations. Then our final 2 will be AJ, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan eliminates AJ. He wins. That's what I got.
The only other person I had for my final, instead of Sammy, I had Cesaro, because they've been making a big deal about him too.
I thought about him too.
But I just think, man, Sami Zayn has been doing amazing work, and he's got the handcuffs, man. Like this idiot could easily just handcuff himself to the rope, put up the sign for like a while. So there's a possibility there too.
Who do you have for the Women's Rumble? Your Final Four,
dude. I have everybody that I think could win: Bayley, Bianca, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte.
Okay, we are again 3/4 in agreement. I have Bayley, Bianca, Charlotte, and Rhea Ripley.
Oh, okay. My only hesitation there, in fact, I changed it on the slide during SmackDown, was instead of Alexa, Natalia. They always give her some amount of respect with these things, and given that she's probably going to be number 30, I could have seen her maybe taking that spot, but I'm just going to give it to Alexa.
Okay.
So there you go. I think those are all our predictions.
Yep, that's it.
All right.
That's it.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for Royal
One last thing. The Enforcer, of course, he's up for the Trios title for our during the stream. He has predictions video too.
Yep.
Link will be in description. Go check out the Enforcer's predictions.
Absolutely. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Till next time. We'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.